Hey guys, Chris here from Security Bros. Today I will go over what I think are the best outdoor security cameras that doesn't require a subscription fee and you can buy for under $200 in 2024, and some of them cost a lot less than $200. Now there are many reasons why you should invest in security cameras. For example, imagine you're mowing the lawn and take a quick break for a drink, then this happens. Without video evidence, how would you ever figure out what happened? This is just one example of how security cameras can come in handy when you least expect it. So I selected 5 cameras, one from each category. Best PTZ camera, best battery powered camera, best 180-degree panoramic view camera, best dual lens PTZ camera, best bullet PoE camera. So each of these cameras offers something unique. I will go through them one by one, showing their key features, what they are best for, and any drawbacks. By the end of this video, you will know which camera fits your needs. Remember, all these cameras are under $200 and don't need a subscription. It's worth mentioning that this list is based on the cameras that I've tested on my YouTube channel, so there might be other great options out there that I haven't tried yet. Alright, let's start with the best PTZ camera under $200. For this category, I've selected the Asecam 8MP PoE PTZ camera. This camera sells for around $190 at the moment, and this is the most expensive camera in this video. What I liked with this camera was the 20x optical zoom, which allows you to read license plates and identify people up to around 80 meters. It also supports auto tracking, which means the camera can automatically track and follow people. And I think it worked okay as long as people walk in normal speed. If someone is running or walking really fast, the camera will not keep up since the pan and tilt isn't fast enough. Another feature is cruise, which means the camera can patrol between preset points that you add to the camera. Some quick specs of the camera: it uses an 8MP sensor with a resolution of 3840 by 2160 at a maximum of 20 frames per second. The camera can pan 350 degrees and tilt 90 degrees, and it has a 4.7 to 94mm varifocal lens, which means it has a 20x optical zoom. Support human and vehicle detection. You can talk and listen through the camera. Works with Anpviz NVRs or software. Supports up to 256GB micro SD card. So this camera would be a great option for anyone who's looking for a security camera that can cover big open spaces. The 20x optical zoom makes it perfect for reading license plate at a distance. Here are some short daytime and nighttime recordings using the Asecam 8MP PoE PTZ camera, so you can see how it performs. So next up we got the best battery powered security camera. Here I selected the Anran C3, and this camera sells for around $60 at the moment. So what's unique with this camera is the built-in solar panel, which according to Anran can deliver enough power for year-round surveillance. However, it all depends on what settings you're using and how often the camera wakes up. I would recommend placing this camera in an area where there isn't too much action, just to make sure the battery will last as long as possible. And of course it's a plus if it's often sunny. The camera can work without the internet, but of course you can't access it from the app or get notifications. Another nice feature is the built-in spotlights, which allows the camera to record in full color at night. Image quality may not be the best I've seen, but this is a common trade-off with battery-powered security cameras. However, you should be able to identify someone up to maybe 5 meters from the camera. And here are some quick specs of the camera. It uses a 3 megapixel sensor that records in 2048 by 1536 at a maximum of 15 frames per second. It has a viewing angle of 135 degrees, uses PIR motion detection to reduce false alarms, supports two-way audio, and it has an IP67 rating, which means the camera is weatherproof. Supports up to 128GB micro SD card. So this camera is a great choice for anyone looking for a wireless outdoor security camera that is super easy to install. Just mount it anywhere and it's good to go. Here are some short daytime and nighttime recordings using the Anran C3 so you can see how it performs. Next we have the best 180 degrees dual lens panoramic view camera. My choice here is the Anpviz 8 megapixel turret camera, which sells for around $150 at the moment. This is an OEM Hikvision camera and the build quality is very good. This camera uses two lenses that it's automatically stitched together to give you an ultra wide 180 degrees field of view. Basically you get two cameras in one body. Great for overall surveillance where a wide viewing angle is required, removing any blind spots. Image quality I think is great, and you can read license plates or identify someone up to maybe 15 meters at daytime. Nighttime is also quite good on this camera. And the camera do have built-in spotlights, however they are not used for night vision, only for alarm light, but the camera can still record in full color at night by just using ambient lights. And here are some quick specs of the camera. Records in 4K, 1496 by 1840 at a maximum of 20 frames per second. Uses a 2.8mm lens and it has a 180 degrees viewing angle. Supports human and vehicle detection, as well as smart events like intrusion detection and line cross detection. Plug and play with Hikvision products, but should also work with any brand that supports Anpviz. You can talk and listen through the camera. Supports micro SD card up to 512GB. And here are some short daytime and nighttime recordings using the Anpviz 8 megapixel turret so you can see how it performs. Next up, we got the best dual lens PTZ camera, and I selected a Reolink Trackmix for this category, and this camera sells for around $170. This is a quite unique camera that uses two lenses, but instead of having a 180 degrees panoramic view like the Anpviz, this camera has one wide angle lens and one telephoto lens. The wide angle lens records in 4K while the telephoto lens only records in 1080p. And the camera can track humans and vehicles using two different auto tracking options. It can track just like a normal PTZ camera by pan and tilt. The other tracking option, the camera will stay in one position while the telephoto lens will track digitally within the camera's field of view. Image quality I would say is great, and you shouldn't have any problems to identify someone within reasonable distance. And some quick specs. The camera records in 4K with a wide angle lens and in 1080p with a telephoto lens with a maximum of 25 frames per second. The wide angle lens is 2.8mm while the telephoto lens is 8mm. It can pan 355 degrees and tilt 90 degrees. Supports human, vehicle and pet detection. Can record in full color at night using the built-in spotlights. It has microphone and speaker so you can talk and listen through the camera. Supports up to 256GB micro SD card. This is a great camera for anyone who wants a wide viewing angle camera plus a more close-up view of the target. And here are some daytime and nighttime recordings using the Reolink Trackmix so you can see how it performs. And here is the same recording but with both lenses side by side. Okay, so the last camera is the best bullet PoE camera, and here I selected a Reolink RLC-811A, and this camera sells for around $110 at the moment. So this camera has a 5x optical zoom, which can be great if you're not really sure what lens you need. Image quality of this camera is great, and you can use it for reading license plates or identify people up to maybe 25 meters. Another feature of this camera is time-lapse, which can be useful if you want to see the whole process of a construction, for example, in just a few minutes. This camera is powered using PoE, which means you only need one network cable for both power and data. And here are some quick specs of the camera. Records in 4K, 3840 by 2160 at 25 frames per second. Uses a 2.7 to 13.5mm varifocal lens. Supports human, vehicle and animal detection. Uses 5 spotlights for full color night vision. Supports two-way audio and a 256GB micro SD card. Here are some short daytime and nighttime recordings using the Reolink RLC-811A so you can see how it performs. And here I am at around 10 meters from the camera. And a short clip when a car drives by. And here I test the varifocal lens. This is at nighttime using the infrared lights, also recorded with the highest image quality. And here I test the full color night vision using the smart night vision. Alright guys, that was my top pick of the best outdoor security cameras without a subscription fee under $200 in 2024. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I see you in the next one.